It's Week 18 of the NFL. And up next is one of the league's best, Jalen Ramsey. He's now up to a 60-tackle season following his last performance. It's the Bills and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is it, the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all-division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves by the league because they've made these matchups really count. And typically they mean something, not a lot of coasting as people head towards the playoffs. But I do have to ask, January 7th, is it too late to say it? We're kind of right on the borderline, aren't we, about Happy New Year? Because that always seems to be the subject of debate.
Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Tua to throw right away. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Now Tua. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. For Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Here's Hardy set to return. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here for the 1st and 10. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Damian Harris. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So Miami coming out for their second drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change of quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Poona Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Pulled in at the 24. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Delay of game, offense.
Hey, we gonna do what we do.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
After one, it's 9-0. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. And again, it's Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. Oh, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point. And this is going to be a delay of game. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Let's go, man.
Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run from Achane. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Tackle made there by Matt Milano. They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as a tackle made at the 18.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Dorian Williams in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Tre'Davious White with a pick. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Josh Allen and the Bills set to take over again. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, these two teams met earlier in the year in Buffalo, with the Bills winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. Here's 2nd and 10. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. From his end zone on third and long, Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he's 3 to midfield. How about this? Stephon Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 75. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Meanwhile, Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throw caught by Achane. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Tua now on first down. Caught by Wilson.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now 2nd and 5. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, here we sit, week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still first down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Harris running straight ahead. Room here to run. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He's on his way. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Let's go, y'all. Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Up the middle, Achane. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Get him going, baby. Let's go, man.
This now a 3rd and 4. Looking to pass. Tua. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots. And right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
No! Get over here and not. Come on.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Tua going to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And Oliver, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And he's going to go down again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, Hardy. And he's going to give his guys great starting field position as he dives to the ground to get as much as he can. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's focus in on what we gotta do here. Get ready. Get ready. Y'all got time. Let's go. Smart, baby. Let's go.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still first down.
Once again, we gotta get it done as a rock and roll, baby.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
And that flag accepted.
Still first down.
And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him.
Delay of game, offense.
Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hits 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
Big gain on the play brings up second down.
They hand this off to Harris, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
This is unbelievable.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Now Allen. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Harris will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. So the moment is finally at hand. What a season, CD. His 29th rushing touchdown of the year. No one in the history of the NFL has had more in a single season. And congratulations to him. What an achievement.
We certainly had the feeling early in the year, maybe week 2 or 3, where we talked to each other and thought this could really turn into something. But I don't know if either of us thought we'd get to this point. Maybe the best season ever by a running back in NFL history.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Dolphins nothing. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Von Miller, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. On the handoff, it's Achane. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Still 1st down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. On the give, this is Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Bass on for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Once again, we got to get it done as a group. Let's play now.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Tua. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
We're all right. Just call the call. We're going to play it. Come on now.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Give us some. Give us some.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him.
Delay of game, offense. Still first down.
And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him.
Delay of game, offense.
Oh, and a delay of game there. They could not get the play off in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Here's Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, either threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for Buffalo, they make NFL history with this, their 17th